Hey, Entre fam. Awesome evening to you. And this is Young. This is video 50 of 90. Um, so, just to do a little recap of my day, I didn't work today. I had to take some PTO because my wife was needed to go do some dental work, and she was gonna be getting some drugs, being all loopy. So I had to take her there, and then bring her back, and also watch our daughter. So for the rest of the day. So yeah, that's basically how my day went. Got this, which I don't mind. Got to spend the day with my daughter. And it's going to be a 4-day work week instead of a 5, so that's fine by me. Pretty normal day. Other than that, another thing, the person I talked to that I mentioned in my previous video that just kind of randomly wanted to start talking to me and calling me and stuff. He actually contacted me again today and asked him, and kind of wanted to give me an update and about what kind of is happening and things like that. And he was feeling more stressed out about some other things, so kind of wanted to talk to me again today, and we talked for almost another hour and a half, more like hour 15. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty good relationship kind of budding from that. I did kind of mention, kind of ask some more probing questions about what he wanted to do and things like that, and what he thought of being, running his own business or being an entrepreneur, things like that. And he seemed kind of open to it. I mean, he was more along the lines of, he was just like, yeah, I mean, send me what you got. I mean, because I want to really, because he was basically saying, I need something, I'm willing to take all suggestions, but he's also kind of skeptical because of, rightly so, because there's a bunch of scams out there and things like that. So I'm gonna be sending him kind of my affiliate link. I kind of try to push him towards the Facebook group and stuff. He said he'll think about it again. So no biggie there. But I told him it was just a Facebook group for parents to support one another, and just one that kind of talks about how to have a good family life. So yeah, he said he'll think about it some more and decide if he wants to join the group or not. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, other than that, that was my day. So I'm actually going to start my whole going back, thinking back to my life as far as I can, and just going through my wins and things like that. But instead, I kind of changed it up a bit. Instead of going just through my wins, I thought I'd go through all of the events in my life that I thought were significant in terms of shaping the way I thought, or shaping my personality, my mindset, things like just overall shaping who I am. I thought it would be that the time would be better used doing it that way, as it would maybe help me narrow down my through line a bit more. Not that I haven't thought of it before, I did, but maybe going through it this way, I might catch something I might have missed, or things like that. So yeah, I decided to do that instead. So yeah, thinking back through all your memories, trying to go as far back as you can remember, it's kind of funny how you can only get up to a certain point, and then you just don't have it's just blank. I mean, there might be like flashes of things here and there, but yeah, for me, I think the earliest, besides the little random flashes of things like that, I have no idea what they mean, but or what memory they belong to, prior, but the furthest memory I can recall that had any significant meaning towards it was in second grade. Yeah, when I was around 7ish. Yeah. Those for those of you who know, I mean, I don't think anybody knows, but I'm 37 years old. So yeah, that's kind of gives you an idea. So the furthest I can think back in my life is 30 years, basically. Um, but yeah, I think the reason why. So if it's seven, I think it's 1990. So the reason why that this memory stands out is I think is the event that transpired was is one that I think really something that affected my self confidence, and as well as it was the first time I experienced any sort of racism. So I had come from South Korea with my family in when I was 3 years old. So it was like it was either 86 or 87. I can't remember if I was on the verge of turning 4 or not, but it was 86, 87. So at this point, I had let's see, I had been in the States about 4 years, give or take. So while I had some exposure to American culture and things like that, most of my time was still spent with my family, in Korean and things like that. So my English wasn't the best, of course. I mean, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't like horrible or anything. I mean, right now I know, I sound pretty fluent, but back then it was not the case, of course. But yeah, anyways, so the event that transpired was. It's also funny how these certain memories, even though they're so far back, are pretty crystal clear. And I mean, not every single little detail, but like the entire, kind of like the over-encompassing event that kind of transpired is like really clear in my mind. There was so it was either during recess or after school, can't remember which, but a bunch of I was playing football with a bunch of kids, and at that time, I had a rough idea of all the rules of football. I wasn't like a pro in all the regulations of football at that point, but I remember I was on the defensive side, and I was probably playing like cornerback or something. So the play started. I was guarding some dude who was was playing wide receiver on the other team, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember they passed to him, and it was my job to try to stop him, right? I don't know what happened, but the thing I remember is crystal clear is that after the play ended, the other kid was very angry, very upset with me, and then he came at me after the play, and his words were, it's not word for word, but it's pretty close. It was, what you think you're doing? I'm about to steal you, right? And for those who are maybe a little younger, that phrase might not register in your head, but basically it just means I'm about to punch you, right? Steal meant punch. I don't know why, but basically, me being a non-fluent English speaker, right? I was confused, right? I mean, I understood he was upset with me. I mean, I could read facial expressions, right? But when he said, I'm about to steal you," I was very confused. The only thing that popped into my head, and the only response I can give at that point, this is kind of a funny memory for me as well, but the only response I could give at that point, because I was confused, was, "I didn't steal from you." But because I didn't understand slang and stuff like that, being new to the language, and at that point everybody's demeanor changed. They just all started laughing, right? Of course, not with me, right? Or not for my benefit. They were laughing at me because I didn't understand. And this is where this is where my first experience with racism came. As as they were laughing at me, they all started to make this gesture, right? This gesture. So at the time, I understood what that meant. I understood they were making fun of me and they were laughing and things like that. But I was always kind of a easygoing kid, easygoing guy. So it didn't really affect me right away. I think it was more of like a long-term thing where as you grow and you kind of think more about it and things like that, it kind of affects your life in that way, and kind of how you view, or I guess the way I view the world through my eyes, through my lenses, right? Through my lens. So that's how that affected me, and I guess, and also, of course, the whole, laughing at me because I can understand the language and things like that. That I think that also helped or contributed to lowering my self-confidence, right? But again, it didn't affect me right away, per se. Like, I didn't start crying, or I was just really, honestly, all I remember was just standing there confused, even though they were laughing at me and doing those gestures. Like, I was just like, I don't understand. But but of course now, thinking back and really remembering it, it's kind of one of those experiences where you kind of understand how it changes you, and how you view the world and things like that. So again, it's not a win. I don't think it's really a loss or anything either. Maybe in terms of my self-confidence and things like that. Like, as I'm growing up, I'm a lot better with my self-confidence now. But yeah, that's kind of the first significant memory I can think of that kind of shaped who I am today. So yeah, this video is going a lot longer than I've planned. Again, I think as I keep going, these videos start getting longer and longer. So yeah, thank you for watching, if you stuck by it. But yeah, I also wanted to do one more thing, is to, I'm not as popular as Dean Martin or anything, and but I kind of wanted to challenge everybody to do something similar to this. Let's call it the Through Line Challenge, right? Just do something similar to what I'm doing, going back and going through your life. And you might have already kind of done it, but I want to challenge everybody to maybe go through it, memory by memory, maybe in your videos or something, to really get a clear defining line of for your through line, and knowing what it means and things like that. Maybe maybe you missed it something and you'll see something the second time around. So yeah, challenging everybody, through line challenge. All right. Who will see if it catches on? Probably not, but yeah. One last thing, another win for me, is that I lost, I think about a little over a pound again. So, overall, the heaviest I've been this year was about 285 pounds. Again, not proud of that. So, from then I lost about 21 pounds from that point, but I didn't actually start like my physical thing of trying to actually actively lose weight until around end of May-ish. So since then, I've lost about, this is why it's a win. I've reached or passed a little bit beyond my lower threshold of my 90-day physical challenge that I've given myself, or goal, I guess I should say, of 13 pounds. So I vowed to lose anywhere between 13 to 26 pounds within the 90 days. So I've passed the 13 pounds. So that's awesome. So yeah, another win for me. So hopefully many more to come, right? So yeah, again, video's kind of long, so I'm gonna stop it here. Until tomorrow, stay awesome, mantra.